Let's bring in Mike Cozzi and see what's going on in the world of sports. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
A great night for Met fans last night on the day after they found out that their greatest player of all time, Tom Seaver, passed away. One of their new young great players whaps a home run, and the Mets beat the Yankees, their crosstown rival, on the night they remembered Tom Seaver. When Thurman Munson passed away, whenever a team loses somebody, whatever way they lose it, and they can come back and they can win an emotional game like that, it's just nice to see. It's part of the old throwback of sports, and it's not necessarily money at that time. It was just, it was a good thing to see.
Well, I wouldn't call it the way the Mets won was with a great player.
No.
Alonso he's playing pretty bad. He had a couple of strikeouts yesterday. He had some opportunities to knock in a run prior, and he had a terrible at bat. He's hitting barely 200. I would call it more of the Yankees' demise than the Mets' win. The Yankees' bullpen was awful. They gave up 5 runs in the last 3 innings of play. The Yankees had this game in the bag. They were winning 7-4, and they imploded. Chapman is washed up. He can barely throw 95. His ball's as straight as an arrow. He's walking people. He should try to work on his control instead of trying to hit somebody in the head, because the way he throws, he can't hit anybody in the head for $1 million. So the Mets came back because of the Yankees' lack of arms.
Yeah, but
the Yankees are 3 or 4 games over 500. This was a team that they said were going to win no less than 40 games. For them to win 40 games this year, they got to go 20-4 in their last 24 games.
And I still like the turnaround. It's just a good feeling night for the Mets. And
it
Met
was for Met fans.
Yeah,
I mean,
for Met fans.
But, in reality, there's no way the Mets should have won this game last night.
All right, but they did, and that makes Met fans feel good on a night where they should want to feel good and remember the good things. So that's all I'm talking about. So and I'm no Met fan, but I just know that every once in a while, as a fan of a club that's been struggling, it's nice to get something like that. Anyway, so do we have a lot?
This kid on the White Sox named Luis Roberts. Mm-hmm. This kid hit a ball last night about 480 feet. He's hitting around 300. He's a rookie from Cuba. The White Sox have several Cuban players on their lineup, and they made the big turnaround for them, and they're playing real good ball. And the Yankees right now are in a flat-footed tie with Toronto for second and third place in the American League East.
All right. Now we have a lot of racing to get onto, don't we?
Well, we got more sports to talk about before that. The Islanders. They go to overtime with the Flyers. They come up short. 3 times they went to overtime with the Flyers. 3 times they got beat. Last night in double overtime, the Islanders lost 5-4. Forces a game 7, which will be tomorrow night on NBC at 7:00. But even bigger surprise than that was Vegas getting beat again yesterday. They got beat 4-0 by Vancouver. Vancouver beat them up the last 2 games pretty good to force a Game 7. Vegas looked like the cream of the crop out west, and right now, I don't know. So there's 2 Game 7s tonight. Dallas, Colorado, at an absurd time of 4 o'clock this afternoon. But the reason why they're doing that is, I don't know, because Vegas should be playing tomorrow night, getting a day off. Well, I played Game 7 right after the Islander game. So now you got Dallas playing Colorado at 4 o'clock our time, which will be 3 o'clock in Dallas, 2 o'clock in Colorado. Makes no sense at all. You got a Game 7 go to a conference championship, and the people of those 2 cities probably can't even watch the game if they have a job. Absolute lunacy. So Game 7, Dallas, Colorado today, 4 o'clock our time on the USA Network, and Vancouver, Vegas at 9 o'clock tonight in the Game 7 on the NBC Sports Network, and the Islanders and Flyers tomorrow night at 7:30 on NBC.
All right. Now, racing.
All right, the pick of the day today is at Saratoga. In the first race, the 1 horse, Make Mischief. This horse is coming out of 2 graded stakes up at Saratoga, running second in the Shilohville second in the Adirondack, comes back to New York Breds today. If this horse doesn't win this race today, he should be pulling carts with the Amish. So the one horse in the first race today, Make Mischief, is our pick for the day up at Saratoga. Tomorrow's plays at Churchill Downs on Derby Day. The ninth race is the Pat Day Mile, going to one-turn mile. Couple horses to look here. One is the two-horse Echo Town, who's 1-for-1 over this track, going 6 furlongs. Has won at Saratoga, won the Jerkins at 7-1. So Echo Town's going to have every right to win this race. The 5-horse Digital is coming out of a $100,000 race against Echo Town. Only got beat a half length. Digital's 12-1 in this race. Echo Town's probably going to be about 5-2. So my money's going to be on Digital because of the price. And one other horse in here that you got to that's been running against these horses is the 6-horse Tap It to Win. This horse made a premature move up at Saratoga in the Jerkins and got beat by 3 lengths to Echo Town. So a 2-5-6 exacta box in the Pat Day Mile tomorrow. The next race is the Grade 3 Iroquois. It's 1 mile on the dirt. This is for 2-year-old colts. Spread pretty wide here, too. A lot of these horses showed talent. They're lightly raced. 2 horses I'm looking to use as filler. The 4 Ultimate Badger, won by 4 lengths, going 5 furlongs up at Ellis Park, breaking his maiden. The 7 Pico de Oro, trained by William Morey, who's a Midwest guy who's winning at 25% this year. Training very well at the training center in Lexington, which is a very deep track. This horse is bi-curling out of a Bernardini mare. This horse can be very, very good. Broke his maiden in a $100,000 stake race at Ellis Park. Pico de Oro's a move here. But the horse that's going to be the favorite is the 10, the Ride of a Lifetime. This horse ran second in the Saratoga Special, broke his maiden by 8 at Keeneland. So this horse is kind of special. Got a tough trip up at Saratoga. Should make amends tomorrow in the Iroquois. So the 10 horse, the Ride of a Lifetime, with the 4 Ultimate Badger, and the Frogs are back, and the 7 Pico de Oro are the plays in this race. In the Distaff Mile on the turf, 2 horses I'm looking at here. This is the 11th race, the 6 Beau Recall, and the 7 La Signare. La Signare is a 10-1 shot, the 7 horse. This horse has run very, very well. There's a lot of speed in this race. Should sit off the pace, as will Beau Recall, and look for the 2 of them charging down the stretch. So 6-7-7-6 to beat Newspaper of Record, Chad Brown's horse, who's 4-5 morning line. I don't take 4-5s. I don't care what they say about this horse. I'm going with the 6-7-7-6 in the Distaff Mile. That's about at 20-5 tomorrow. The Derby Distaff Grade 1. I don't know what they used to call this one, but it obviously had a different name. Going 7 furlongs, the 12th race tomorrow. 2 horses I'm looking at here, Mia Mischief, 9 times over the Churchill Down Strip with 5 wins, 8 times in the money. And the upsetter, I think, once again, who upset this type of field in the winning colors in May is the 4, Bell's the One. 3 starts here with a win in 2 seconds. Been running against the best fillies around this year. Bell the One's going to sit another good trip in here. There's a pretty good amount of speed in this race, and I think gets the job done at probably about a $15, $16 mutual. So 1-4-4-1 in the 12th race. The Turf Classic, 2 horses real quick. The 3-horse Rock Emperor by Chad Brown should run fairly well in this race, 7-2 morning line. But my top pick's going to be a bomb in here. Don't Blame Rocket. This horse has some deceivingly good races buried inside down at the fairgrounds. Will sit off the pace, make a nice move into here in another race that has a lot of speed in it. And 15-1 morning line, I think this horse is a must-use. So 5, Don't Blame Rocket is the pick in the 13th. The Kentucky Derby is probably the worst Kentucky Derby in a million years. The favorite's going to be probably the biggest favorites in Spectacular Bid in Tiz the Law. No disrespect to him, but all the good horses have just broken down. I'm not going to play Tiz the Law. I'm going to take a shot with Bobby Baffitt's other horse in here, 1,000 Words, the 10 horse, ridden by Florent Giroux. This horse is training very well out at Del Mar. He has shown an affinity for running the distance. Could be the speed of the speed in this race, and might not forget to stop. So we'll take a shot with 10,000 words, the 10 horse, in the Kentucky Derby tomorrow.
All right, and a reminder that the online pick is available at Robin Hood Radio, dailybugle.com under Cozzi's Corner, and that pick is updated throughout the weekend as well. Mike, have a good weekend of hockey and racing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the hockey, that's for sure. But when you're up 3-1, no matter how you lose them, to get tied 3-3, advantage Flyers going in Game 7.
All right, we'll check with you on Monday.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Take care, Mike. Mike Cozzi with the Check on Sports this morning here on Robin Hood Radio, robinhoodradio.com.